Happy St. Patrick's Day weekend. March 17th marks the date that we honor the patron saint of Ireland, St. Patrick. It is also a time where we take part in festivities, parades, and wear green and white for the luck of the Irish. I was fortunate enough to be able to explore this beautiful country last year, which came with its list of complications. This was my first time with a 6-hour time change, dazed and confused in an airport where half the signs were in Gaelic, using transportation to areas of the country where I had no idea where I was going. Eventually, I got to my hotel, and when I did, instead of resting, I decided to go on a little bit of an adventure. And while exploring, I stumbled across this little town named Clondalkin. And in Clondalkin, there is a monastery surrounding a round tower made of mortar and limestone with a cone-shaped top and 4 small windows at the top, one on each side. It was built in 790 AD by Saint Cronin McCua. It was used as a bell tower, but also a place of refuge during Viking raids. It has withstood centuries of terrible weather. While exploring this monastery, I kept seeing this same symbol on the walls, the harp. The harp is an honorary instrument, and it was used in ancient Gaelic society, played by bards who held a high status. It was then adopted on coinage by King Henry VIII in the 1500s to signify Ireland as a kingdom. This then transitioned into a symbol of rebellion after years of English rule. And eventually, the harp became the national emblem of sovereignty and freedom when Ireland became a free state. My understanding of this symbol was further expanded after touring what most people equate the harp to, the Guinness factory. The origin of this monopoly coming from Sir Arthur Guinness. He bought a 9,000-year lease of an abandoned brewery at St. James's Gate in Dublin for €45 a year. After the death of Arthur Guinness, his sons, Edward and Arthur Guinness II, split the business. Tensions were high at that time for 2 main reasons. One, the Guinness family was Protestant and the people of Ireland were Catholic. In addition, the civilians of Ireland knew that the Guinness family was taking part in business with Britain. His sons addressed these issues by using the harp as the brewery's new logo, while also focusing the company's new business model on one of philanthropy, providing food and housing for the poor people of Ireland. Guinness is now the stronghold of Dublin, and the etched golden harp on each pint of Guinness is the characterization of the people of Ireland. Pride and resilience. The beauty of my trip wasn't the great architecture of the Irish land or the pubs. It was the people. It was the conversations with individuals in parts of the world and that country that I would have never expected to have. My friend and I rode a train to the coastal city of Howth, and we had a lovely conversation with a girl that was around my age, talking to her about her life working at a jersey store and part-time as a babysitter. A conversation with an elderly gentleman on a tram station And he was telling me about his love for the architecture and history of Ireland, as well as the people who come and visit. These are two people that I will never see again, but also never forget. It doesn't stop with Dubliners. I learned about medical school from two Canadian girls. I learned about the success story of an art gallery by a drunken Australian man. I was able to go and see my favorite American football team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, playing at Croke Park. And I was cheering alongside two people from Spain who didn't speak any English, but were just there for the pride and tradition of the sport of American football. From 1 week-long trip in the city of Dublin, I became exposed to more people from different places than I have ever in my years on this earth. And I can safely say that we're all the same. As humans, we tend to become overwhelmed with our personal and professional lives, almost as if we are the only ones experiencing stress and turmoil. To the Irish, I was a tourist. But to me, it was almost as if they were my neighbor. The harp taught me that symbols of freedom and unity resonate far beyond the borders of Ireland. From ancient monasteries to pints shared with strangers across the world, I saw a reflection of my own humanity in each face. For in our shared stories, we learn that although the world may seem vast, it is rather small, bound by the same melodic chords that we call life. And so I end with, enjoy your St. Patrick's Day, grab a pint, and say to your group, Sláinte.